The London Midland and Scottish Railways Coronation Class was a series of express passenger steam locomotives designed by William Stanier. Intended as an enlarged and improved version of his earlier Princess Royal class, these 462 Pacifics were built in a total of 38 examples and were widely considered successful. Originally, they featured streamlined casings, which were later removed during their service lives. Among the most powerful steam locomotives ever used in Britain, they produced an impressive tractive effort of 40,000 pounds of force. They even briefly held the world speed record for steam traction before being surpassed by the famous Mallard. However, it is worth noting that the A4 class often suffered mechanical damage during high-speed runs, whereas the Coronation's record attempt left the locomotive completely unharmed. They were magnificent machines by any standard, but one member of the class stood out for all the wrong reasons. Locomotive number 6224, named Princess Alexandra, sometimes mistakenly called Princess Alexandria, managed to experience a major boiler explosion not once, but twice, 8 years apart. Both incidents were crown sheet failures caused by low water levels, but the circumstances surrounding each were remarkably different. The first explosion occurred on September 10, 1940, at Craig Hill. On that occasion, the fusible plugs actually melted and warned the crew of the dangerously low water. Unfortunately, the crew was inexperienced and did not recognize the warning signs, so no corrective action was taken. The crown sheet failed, and the resulting explosion tragically led to the loss of both crew members. Because it happened during the Battle of Britain, many initially assumed the locomotive had been bombed, but the investigation pointed firmly to crew error. Despite the damage, the locomotive was repaired and returned to service as quickly as possible, given the wartime need for every available engine. The second incident took place on March 7, 1948, just before British Railways formally took control. At 9:25 p.m., while hauling a train near Lammen Station, the crown sheet failed again. This time, the plate was forced over the heads of multiple riveted stays, stripping the nuts off several others. The plate itself did not tear except around the damaged stay holes, but steam and flames burst through the open firehole doors into the cab. Both the driver and fireman suffered severe injuries, and sadly the driver later succumbed to his injuries. The fireman survived. Investigators found that the water gauges were either dirty or malfunctioning, making it impossible for the crew to accurately monitor the water level. Remarkably, Princess Alexandra was repaired a second time and continued in service until October 1963, when she was scrapped at Crew Works, the same place where she had been built. Most of her classmates met the same fate, but 3 of her less eventful siblings survive today. Number 6229 Duchess of Hamilton is on static display at the National Railway Museum in York. Number 6233 Duchess of Sutherland is preserved in operational condition by the Princess Royal Class Locomotive Trust and has even been mainline certified, though she is currently undergoing maintenance. Finally, number 6235 City of Birmingham can be found at the Birmingham Science Museum, also on static display. 3 out of 38 preserved is not a terrible result. Many classes fared far worse. As for Princess Alexandra, perhaps it was for the best that she was not preserved. If I had a nickel for every time she had a boiler explosion, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's strange that it happened twice. Till next time, this is Darkness, and I bid you a fond farewell.